Word Laos.
Welcome to Travel Talk, filmed at the Peachtree Rose Marketing Studios and hosted by the hotel guide publisher, Edward Laos.
Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Laos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host for Travel Talk. I'm really excited about today's segment. We're kind of going outside the box here with some of our guests that we've never had. And actually, I'm excited about having Valerie Perez on the call today because she's going to talk about some of the great things she's got going on with her company that really aligns with some of the stuff happening in travel. So, Valerie, so great to have you on the call today.
Thank you, Edward, for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one. I know we were talking offline about this being one of your first podcasts that you've been a part of. And so we're just going to have a good old time and just chat a little bit and talk a little bit about each other's businesses. But I always like to start things with my guests in kind of getting our readers to understand who are we chatting with. So, Valerie, why don't you give us a little bit of background of who you are and maybe how you got to where you are now?
So I was living in Morocco until I was 17. Moved here with my family. That was the American dream. My dad was a painter, and I used to spend my time waking up in the middle of the night and correcting his painting with color. So color is something that I only understand. And when I moved here, I worked for many designers. I worked with Max Azaria in the clothing, and then I grew to do more than this. I went to help him in designing. So color design, it's something that I love. I live for that. I see color. People see other things and I see color.
Oh yeah, well that's just the greatness of having the creativity in your veins. I think we share a lot of that similarities. Having that creative eye is always important, whether in all kinds of design, whether it's designing the magazine or designing clothing and stuff that you're doing as well. So as we're touching on about color, creativity, where you started from, tell everybody a little bit about what VP by Valerie Perez is and kind of how you got to where that is.
So I had a big fashion company that closed after September 11, and I decided to run away to Thailand, China to be here. And then I was always wearing the sarong. When I came back to the US, went to the gym, put my towel on, folds down, and I said, I'm going to make little dresses out of towel. People needs to be more feminine coming out of their bathroom or their house. So I designed all type of bathrobe that are bulky, and I made it more fashionable. A spa wrap that looked like little dress, and it started with the whole idea to be more fashionable wearing a bathrobe. And
Oh yeah, no, I've seen some of them online, and they're rather exquisite and actually really really unique in how you're doing that. So I love what you did with that. Tell me a little bit about the company where it is now, maybe some of the ideas that you have going into the holiday season or even into 2025.
so we created a line. It started with the robes, then we evolved with pajama, we evolved with lingerie, walking in the house or out of the house with a wrap up. It's elegant and it's beautiful. Now we're launching for the new season. We're launching some cashmere.
Oh,
That's PJ, pants and tops. It's really, really beautiful. I'm excited to see it. Always looking for new things and new prints. I always design and I always create something new.
that's awesome. When you're talking about creativity, where do you get your inspiration from?
I dream color.
Yeah.
I dream.
Well, that's an honest answer, and most people are like, I just want to know the answer. But yeah, you dream the color, and it comes. It's funny how you say that because I can actually relate with you on a lot of that stuff. It's funny because I'll design something or whatever from a creative side with regards to that, and people are like, how did you come up with that? How did you use those fonts or those colors to match all of that stuff? And it's funny because I've always said if I didn't have my own travel magazine, I could definitely be like an interior designer or something in fashion too. That all just comes easy to me, and so it's kind of unique that I'm chatting with a fashion designer right now.
It's a gift. It's a gift, right?
It is. It's a gift. It's a good thing. If you could describe, this is a maybe an interesting question, but if you could describe your line or your company in one or two words, what would that be?
Uh, it will be a comfort. It will be beautiful, elegant, cozy. It will be like addicted. You put it on, you don't want to take it out.
Yeah,
It's really a life of everybody. You're in your home and you just want to wear it and be comfortable and look beautiful.
yep.
Be, not
No,
because
go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
not,
No.
not because you're wearing a bathrobe, you have to look bulky. You can look beautiful. You have your kids running, you have your husband. It's all about elegance, beautiful, and flattering on your body.
hmm No, I definitely, like I said, I've seen some of the pieces online, and we're going to get to let our guests know how to get a hold of you as well a little bit later in the show. But let's transition a little bit from the business, and we'll come back to that. But let's chat a little bit about some travel stuff. So I always love to ask my guests, what are some of the favorite travel destinations you have been to, and what really stood out about them?
Oof, I love traveling.
hmm
So I've been to many places, but I love Thailand. I love, I was in Vietnam. That was actually one of my favorite trip. I
Wow.
traveled with my dad. It was an amazing, I like different culture. I like different scenery. I like to see people reality. I love to eat their food and be in a different place.
Mhm.
I've been to Europe a lot. I speak French. That's my accent. So Europe for me is not so exciting. I just love all this exotic other place.
Sure.
I never been to Philippines. That's something that I would like to do.
Okay. Tell me
And yeah,
Tell me
sorry.
what oh no, wait. Tell me what you love most about Vietnam. And the reason I'm asking that is because I had another podcast guest that they said their ultimate favorite destination ever was Vietnam. And so you're the second person that has mentioned Vietnam as a top location that they just fell in love with.
Yeah, it's first it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You can really amazing, and it's totally different.
hmm
You really travel. It's a different world. You're just going and all this bicycle and all the market and the fruit and the food and everything. It's exciting. I like to travel. When I travel, I like to be in a different place. I don't want to see Starbucks everywhere, but they do have. But I like to feel like I'm in a different magical world
hmm
with different people, and they're very nice. In Vietnam, people are extremely nice,
hmm
and it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Wow. I love what you're saying. We've been talking a lot about experiential travel, and you're hitting the nail right on the head when you go into another city or another culture about you want to be immersed in that culture and not so much where you're seeing the chain restaurants or Starbucks is a Starbucks, but where you're really becoming part of that location. And I think so many more travelers are leaning towards that. That's where the experiential side of thing comes out and people remember those trips way better than if they're just sitting in a hotel or the same, you know, restaurants that everybody else is doing.
Hmm. Yeah.
But okay, so you gave me a couple of the ones you've been to. What are some of your bucket list travel options?
Okay, so I'm having a trip. I pretend it was for work. I'm going to Fiji. I never been to Fiji, so I book a trade show to go to Fiji. It's going to be only like 5 days, but I loved it, and it was an excuse for me to do it and feel good about it.
Oh, heck yeah, that's why we're business owners. Sometimes, and that's why I have a magazine, a travel magazine. So if I travel anywhere, it's for work.
Yes. My husband is from Mallorca, so Mallorca is gorgeous. I don't know if you've ever been to
I have
Mallorca,
not.
but it's a really beautiful place also.
Okay. So Fiji is on tap for you. Well, I'm gonna want to hear about that when you get back. So it sounds like a fun trip. I love how you're combining business and pleasure at the same time. You always got to find a reason. Life's too short.
I know.
So that's a good thing. So as we come back to the business side of things, we got a few minutes left here, but is there anything that our readers or listeners should know even more so about your product line uh, that really could stand out, or why they should be utilizing your products?
First, they made one by one sublimation. We print them one by one,
Oh,
and we made them in Los Angeles. That's something unique because nobody really manufacture anything here.
yeah,
Um, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It absorbs. It will never change any color. It lasts for a very long time. I love what I do, and I think it's really, really. Once you put it on, it's something that you don't want to take it off.
yeah. No, it definitely sounds that way. And, I love what you're doing right now. So, what is the best way for people to find you or your website or your social channels so that they could see your incredible line?
So we're blessed. We're in the most beautiful hotel and resort. We are at the Montage. We are
Ooh,
at some Four Seasons, and we're at one and only Pamela. We're even in Hong Kong,
wow.
Puerto Rico, uh, Four Seasons, Ritz Carlton. Like think about five-star hotel,
Mhm.
and you will find wrap up there. Sometimes we also um, create collection for them, like signature collection. And once you touch the wrap up, you will say, "Hey, I know this." It's it's wrap up.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna be on the lookout when I'm visiting, staying one of those properties now. Now that I know you're the genius behind it all.
Thank you.
So what about a website? Do you have a website that people can go visit?
It's wrap up by VP. VP stands for Valerie Perez.
Mhm.
Wrap up by VP, and you will see the whole collection.
Yep. Like I said, I was on that website yesterday checking it out. A lot of great options. I encourage all of our readers and listeners to really go check it out. You'll be amazed at the elegance, the colors, and when you take something that's simple, but you turn it into something that is elegant, like you said, you don't want to take off. You want to use it all the time. It's a pretty amazing concept. I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Well, perfect. Well, listen, it was time goes by so fast on our little podcast here, but I want to thank you for taking the time to be a guest of our Travel Talk podcast and sharing your background and experience with everyone.
Thank you for having me, Edward. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
To all of our listeners and readers out there, as always, please like, please follow, please subscribe, thehotelguide.com. Take this message and share it with as many people as you can. Valerie's got a great story from Morocco to LA to fashion designer, world renowned now. So it's exciting to kind of see where she came from and where she's going. And so keep an eye out for this company. And always keep checking out our website and follow her there because I know she's going to have new things coming out. I can just tell that she's that kind of entrepreneur. So, again, for everybody, travel, make memories. And until next time, we'll talk soon. Take care.
Thank you so much.